Hey guys, it's Drew. We're here again, and it is a miserable day today in Wilmington. It's 52 degrees, and it's misting. It's not even raining, it's misting. So the truck battery's dead, and I got the energy up to do a video for you guys. So today we're going to talk about what are your options when your car won't start, and we're going to test out one of these little glove box jump starters to see if they actually work. Because back in the day, yeah, you'd use one of these. Oh my god, and this thing was like $100. That's about the same price as the glove box starters. Yeah, so let me just tell you a little hint here. You don't need an air compressor on your Jumpstart box. It's just a waste of money, and these things go dead after 2 or 3 years anyway. Even if you keep them charged up, they just stop working. This was one from Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric. I don't recommend Chicago Electric. I love Harbor Freight tools though. So anyway, this is the past right here. So this one, just to give you an idea, says 600 crank amps, which is probably 300 cold crank amps. It's always hard to figure out what they're talking about when they say watts. 400 watts, 2 is, PSI, you don't need it. Anyway, so if you need an air compressor, just keep one of these in your car with a Ryobi battery or any other brand. They make several brands of these. This has more power than that Jumpstarter box, and it's not as heavy, much easier to use. So forget the air compressor that comes free with the box, all right? So I think that's what these companies did. They took these apart and they put these in these little suitcases that'll fit in your glove box, and they're supposed to hold a charge for up to a year. We'll see. So we're gonna show you, we have the dead battery. After I drop my keys, we have the dreaded dead battery here. Once again, here we go. Okay, so check that out. Nothing. There's nothing. This sucker's dead. Believe it or not, I just did this 12 days ago with you guys when I was showing you another charger. So this is great for giving you videos. But we're going to show you here, no light turns on in the car when I flip the switch all the way up. There's no buzzer when the door opens. Nothing on the dashboard lights. So if you turn your key and your dashboard lights are turning on, just a review, and sometimes it can still be your battery. So your first step is going to be to try to jump start your car. If it won't jump start after that, you might look into the fact that it could be your starter, because if you have a bad alternator, your car will still start with the jump start. It just won't stay charged. And I'm pretty sure that's what's wrong with my Chevy Tahoe. I probably have a bad alternator because it stalls out while I'm driving, and it also just won't, the battery keeps dying. The battery's only 2 years old. So here we go. I actually am not gonna give the name brand of this particular charger because it's sort of generic. I got it at Costco. And the nice thing about buying stuff at Costco is if it doesn't work or you're unhappy, you can take it back even after like 3 years, from what I understand. I confirmed that with customer service because I want something that's going to last. So anyway, so it comes in this nifty little suitcase. Obviously this was in a box. I'm not identifying this brand. I have taped the name off because I am upset with their company. The company that Costco is selling these doesn't have customer service. You call customer service and they give you an answer machine. They call you back like an hour to 2 hours later, anywhere from 20 minutes to 2 hours later. It's ridiculous that a company doesn't have customer service. So I guess they're a small company. But the idea behind these is most of them are generic. It's the same size box. They just put their own cover on it, and it's got mostly the same buttons. This one has a flashlight. Ooh, needs a flashlight. Now, one of the key features on all of these, any one of these you buy, is going to be those 4 lights there. That's showing it's got a full charge. So you can leave this in your glove box, and unlike that other box that's out there, that thing had a little needle you could test, but the needle wasn't accurate. This, you can check the light. So this took 4 to 6 hours to charge, and this is sort of a generic brand, like I said. This one was $49.99 at Costco. Not bad. I think you can get some even cheaper. This is a 200 cold crank amp start to 400 peak start. So let's look at the difference. What is the difference between a cold crank amp and a peak start? Well, a cold crank amp refers to the number of amps that a battery can push out for up to 30 seconds at 0% Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'm reading that. So this is from Jumpstarter.io. And I did the research for you guys because I want the info to be right. Now, I didn't know what that meant anyway. So then, this particular unit has, I believe it's 10,000 milliamperes. Now, there's a milliampere. A milliampere, however you pronounce it, is 1,000th of an ampere hour. And that measures how much this will hold of a charge. So that's another thing you're going to see when you're buying this particular unit. I saw 3 or 4 different ones. There's a couple at Best Buy. One had 15,000 milliamperes. Another had 8,000 milliamperes. But the one that had 8,000 milliamperes had 800 cold crank amps. And then the one that had 15 or less, like 15,000 or whatever, that one only had 700 cold crank amps. So you got to kind of measure, but just know that milliamperes are the ones that is how much power this will store. So if you need to charge your phone, etc., you can all do that on these as well. These are great for phone chargers. It's got a USB amp plug there. The one thing about this is a cheap generic brand, but I'm sure all of them, it didn't come with a charging cube either. So it comes with the USB cord, and the USB cord goes into the output right there. That's if you want to charge your phone. That's also for charging something. Hey guys, so we're going to see by plugging this in if the car will start with the battery being completely dead. There's a little port here, and this is interesting. It's just a little setup like this, and we're going to plug it in. We're going to go outside and we're going to try to crank the car. I'm wondering if this actually will work though, because this battery's really, really dead. Okay, we got it in there, and so it's in. And then you basically just plug the red into the positive into positive, negative into negative. And we're going to see if it works. Now, like I said, this is also good for charging batteries. This is only a 200 cold crank amp, and this is also 400 peak. Now, with it being 52 degrees out, I'm assuming it's more applying to the 400 cold crank amp, but the colder it gets, the harder it's going to be to start your car. So I think that's the key thing. So anyway, like I said, again, if you want to review this, if it's your battery, you're not going to have any light in the car. If it's your starter, you might have a light, overhead light. If it's your starter, you're also going to hear that banging sound and no noise when you turn. All the lights on your dashboard are going to be on. Sometimes there's a trick. I may do a video on this. If your starter's bad, you can always slap it with a hammer for a one-time go. That's it if you're in a bad situation. So just keep that in mind if you're watching this video, and that'll help you out. So we're popping the hood, and we're going to get over there, and we're going to hook this up and see if it works. So guys, for the sake of this test, I want to show you again. We're going to try to do this live without cutting the tape. It's hard with one hand. It's still dead, right? Okay. So we're going to go over here, minus the shakiness. I should be able to do this one-handed. Now, so that you saw the battery's dead. So we're going to hook red up first. Clamp that in there. And then the negative. Okay. Make sure those are on pretty tight. Okay, now we'll hit the power button on this thing, and like I said, this is the cheapest model available. Okay, so it's got all the blue lights. See that green and red light? It has a little chart there. I'm not sure what it means. It is flashing green and red. What does that mean? Beeping. There's no beep. Green and red, like please, no sound. Disconnect and reset. Is that what it says? Yeah, I guess it is. So we're going to try that. Wait, no sound. Okay, charge back. Oh, okay. No, flashing green and red. Okay, charge power bank. So it doesn't say okay to jumpstart. That's really weird. Now, I charged this full. It took 4 to 6 hours, and it's not. So let's take these off again and just see if they're... Let's try this one more time. And, you know, Costco is supposed to test their stuff that they buy, but they might have let this one slip by. Because this was only 45 bucks or 50 bucks. You know, for 50 bucks. I don't know. So, all right, I'm going to try to crank it with this flashing anyway. It says, okay, charge power bank. I mean, I charged this thing fully, so I don't know how much more it's supposed to be charged or what would be going on with this. We're going to try and crank it. Here we go. So first off, my light is not coming on. So there's definitely something wrong. It may just be that will not work on that particular unit because it's too low. My battery may be too low to start. So this is for Chevy Tahoe, and my battery is only about 2.5 years old, and it's not starting with this little power bank because the battery is completely dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this back and I'm going to charge it yet again because it says charge power bank, but I don't think this has enough power to start my Chevy Tahoe. I could try it on the PT Cruiser, although the battery's good on that. I don't want to drain it. So just to show you guys, these little battery jump starters may not be worth it if you're in a tight situation. They may not have enough power, or I may need to buy a more powerful one that is 800 cold crank amps, or this one has 10,000 milliamps. I might need to get the one that has 15,000 milliamps. So there we go. There's absolutely no sound. Turn on. Oh, that just turned on the flashlight. A lot of good that does to me. So in a sense, all this is basically a glorified cell phone charger for the price. Not worth it. All right, well, I'm gonna just, there it goes. Now we got a green. Now what? Okay, so the clamp, wait, what's going on? It looks like the clamp is not properly connected here. Is it really that picky? Is it really? The light just turned green, so let's see here. I hate these batteries here. Now it's green. It's gonna stay green. Okay, so check this out. That's interesting, all right? And it can help you if you're jump starting too. Those are really complicated cables. Apparently I didn't have it connected right, or at least the box said that. So now we have the green light, which says it's okay to jump start. So we're gonna go back inside and see if it works. It was a failure to connect. That thing just didn't have the right connection on it. Okay, here we go. So now the first thing we're gonna look at is we have power to lights in the car. That's a good sign. So you can always do that to test before cranking. You know what? It's cranking. I have some power, but that box is just not enough power to start this car. Well, there it goes. It hesitated like heck, but it did start. Okay, so you might consider buying a box that's a jump start box that's a little higher power if you've got a truck. It started. I'm impressed. So there you have it, guys. The glove box battery chargers. Disconnect. Okay. So this little box, you have to make sure it's connected properly. And now it's beeping. Oh, lots of beeping sounds. We love those, don't we? So let's turn this off. It's just showing that it's not connected properly, I guess. Anyway, so now you have it. This can do basically what this can do. Although, like I said, I would buy one that has the highest amount of... make this thing be quiet. Throw it in there. So basically, you want to buy one that has higher cold cranking amps. That one was 400. You might want to look at one that has 800 if you have a truck like this, because you could hear it hesitating. Now, if you looked at my last video for that ultra capacitor, it didn't hesitate at all when it started. It just kicked right in. So that's great. Hey guys, if this video helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And it is true that glove box battery chargers and jump starters do actually work. They do the same job this thing does, and you don't have to carry around that big bulky thing. So this is Drew. Thanks for watching, guys. And I got some more good content, more reviews coming up for you. Have a good one.